Okay, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we begin with this camp session, we're going to turn to the east and give all praises, honor, and glory to our power. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone, who do well and teach well. Shalom to the hopeful elect and your Akim pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure. Shalom, shalom. And we have a lot going on, and really what's going on right now is the end. When you read Second Ezra, the sixth chapter, you want to get that? The sixth chapter and the 7th verse. When you read about the end of the world, we're witnessing the end of Esau's world. And how do we know that we're at the end of the world? These prophecies are likened to timestamps. We're not going to have it, because the scriptures say, no man know what the hour or the day. But the prophecies, that's why you have the parable of the fig tree, which we're going to go into. You have prophecies that show you what type of time you are in, what type of time we are when it comes to the Lord's return. You have them getting ready to infrastructure that new world order that they've been talking about. The 15-minute cities, right? I sent the brother an article of all the cities that are already signed to be a part of the 15-minute cities. And really it's all the major cities. And we understand that. We know that the major cities are going to be the first places to get hit, right?
And there's a reason why they don't want people moving out of the cities. You know what I'm saying? They basically want to keep everybody cluttered, you know what I'm saying, in these major cities, even in the smaller cities. You know, the cities that have a population of 250,000, 190,000, they want everybody cluttered in these cities so they can basically keep track of it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And this all ties into the NWO, because the people are staying on the outskirts, you know what I'm saying, standing, you know what I'm saying, in the country and things like that, it's going to be harder to track them. Yeah. And we all know that, you know what I'm saying, when they implement this digital system, their main goal is to get everybody C-hip. All right? But you got it though, bro.
And that's perfect. That's exactly what you said is right, because remember when Bill Gates was on the scene, what happened? He was buying up the farmland just so he can bring in all those dudes that are out there, living, conservative lives to come into the city. So they can get that C-hip. That's Esau Edom's end game. And we understand that that's already in play. They said that what's called one of the elites, one of the Rothschilds, they came out and said that he's seen, one of the whistleblowers, he's seen the new currency, and technically he said it's going to be in your hand.
Yep, and then I forgot who exactly it was. Maybe it was Noah Rothschild. He had basically said that we gonna get everybody, you know what I'm saying, to take that karate. You know what I mean? This is basically they playing with it. You know what I mean? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, sweep it under a rug like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? But this is a big deal, because as the brother said, this is something that indicates, this is a time step to show us that, we truly at the end. This is a major prophecy, you know what I'm saying, that was saw by John the Revelator over 2,000 years ago. All right, and before the end comes, this prophecy has to take place. You know what I mean? There will be no end without the Quran being implemented, man. All right, but you want to grab this real quick?
Yeah. Can you get? Bring it out.
All right, this is the book of 2 Ezra 6 and 7. It says, "Then answered I said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow?"
What shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? We're at the end of the first, and that's who? Esau Edom. When you go into the prophecies, all the way back to Genesis, the end of the world started between Jacob and Esau. And Esau was going to have that first dominion, that first rulership, right? He was going to rule with the sword. He was going to have the fatness of the earth, which is why he's able to do the things that he does. But what was going to happen? You want to continue on that?
And it says in verse 8, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau."
There you go. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And where can you read that? The book of Genesis.
Yep.
Around the 23rd, 25th verse. Around there, 20 chapters, like it.
Yeah, to Genesis 25, about 27 or something like that.
Yeah.
And basically what that indicates, you know what I'm saying, or what that foreshows is that when Esau's in rulership, you know what I'm saying, Yahawashi is basically going to come and dethrone this man. Like, this is why when you read in the book of Revelations, I think it's like the 19th chapter, it says that there's going to be many crowns upon Yahawashi's head. Because when Yahawashi comes back, he's going to come and basically, you know what I'm saying, conquer the earth again.
Exactly.
And we know that in order for, there can't be two kings ruling. There can only be one. All right? And with Esau, the earth being given into his hand, that meant that he has to be taken out of power. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this is getting into. You may continue to read it.
Yeah.
It says in verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. And we know that we at the end of this man's rulership due to, you know what I'm saying, the different signs that indicate, you know what I'm saying, like you said, the time stamps. You know what I'm saying? You got the World Economic Forum coming out displaying different other things. You know what I'm saying, like the 15-minute cities. That's a big deal because that's going to tie into all different other prophecies being manifested. You know what I mean? The FEMA camps. You know what I'm saying? There's over 1,000 of them. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they want everybody pushing to these 15-minute cities because it's going to be easier to grab your ass up too.
And control you.
Yeah.
It's all about that God complex that Esau Edom has. That's all this is about. Because Esau Edom, he missed out on his birthright. He sold that shit.
That's another thing too, Salaki. I ain't going to
No,
cut
you
you
good,
off,
you
bro.
good.
But the scripture also says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to.
Oh, there you go.
That's twofold because you're also going to have people that's going to be trying to leave out of the cities and they're not going to be able to.
Exactly.
Because once this shit's really all said and done, once the COVID did 2.0, as they call it, once that shit really do what it said that they supposed to, that it's supposed to do, you know what I mean? It's gonna be game over. The first lockdown, that wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? That shit was a fluke.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That wasn't nothing to really be mad about. You know what I'm saying? They probably shut down a couple of clubs or whatever, but we would still do what the fuck we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? But this new lockdown that's coming around, you know what I'm saying? This shit gonna be more vigorous. You know what I mean? Like the brothers touched upon the draconian laws, which basically means warlike law. This is where America headed with this shit.
Well, if they see you out and about, that's when you're gonna get shot, get sent to prison, and that's what these lockdowns are about. This is about if you're not with the system, Esau Edom's gonna come up and bring you into a prison, and you're gonna either take that C hip or get your head beheaded.
Yep,
and when you read Revelation, the 20th chapter.
He's gonna take you against your own will, because right now, you know, you thinking that a cop kneeling on your neck, you know what I mean? Shit like that is bad. Wait till you know they grabbing you up and they not giving a fuck what you talking about.
You open the door and you get a headbutt with the AK-47.
With the butt of the gun.
Yeah,
with the nigga fall out.
Man, you know, but this is Job chapter 20 and verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Salakia. So this is a timestamp. That's how you know Yahawashi is on his way. Him setting up his new world order. While he is setting it up, the Lord's going to come back. You're not going to have it to where Esau Edom successfully fully sets up his, enterprise. I can even get that. Because in the midst of him setting it up, that's when the Lord is going to make these nations, because it's going to be a spiritual thing. You know, the BRICS and all that. Hey, these elites, they all in bed together, man. They want this Quran to go to work. But what's going to happen, the war is going to be more of a spiritual thing. The scriptures talk about how the Lord is going to set them out there in the valley of Jehoshaphat and make them scrap, you know?
And Joel, the 3rd chapter, that's what that's mentioning. And you know when this Quran is implemented, prophecy gonna speed up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a matter of time, you know what I'm saying, until they start, you know what I'm saying, sending out, draft notes talking about how you finna get sent over there to go fight. You know what I mean? All you jakes, you know what I'm saying, that's in the military because you like the benefits, you know what I mean? You're gonna wish that you would have never did that. It's gonna be a whole lot of regret in that time. Cause this chasing the bag shit ain't really what it is, bro. It's cool to have a little money in your pocket, but you basically, you know what I'm saying, you giving yourself over to the left-hand side, you know what I'm saying, before you getting your spirit right. You know what I mean? And the scripture talks about how you can't, you know what I'm saying, serve God and man. You know what I mean? Jake, hey, this is why the Lord said, you know what I'm saying, you have received your consolation.
Exactly.
A lot of you niggas just can't get it, bro.
And you don't realize, you bag chasers, your idol is money. The whole time you're worshiping an idol, that's why you can't get into this ministry.
Yep, and the spirit that this is brought up because what is Jake gonna do when they implement the Quran? You gonna go take that because you love that damn money so much. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture talks about, I think it's like Sirach, maybe the 33rd chapter. I try to grab it here in a little bit on how, you know what I'm saying, gold has ruined many kings. You know what I mean? Even look at Jake, you know what I'm saying, that's in the industry today. In order for them to get that money, you know what I'm saying, that gold, what do you think they have to do?
Yeah.
That shit ruined their character. This is why they so smoked out. They got all this money, they got all the fine eaves and shit. You know what I mean? They got it all. I'm like, how can you be that damn broken and you rich on this side? You know what I mean? That's because they did shit that they know was wrong.
Their spirit got broken. That's the worst thing that can happen to you.
Yep.
The money.
It's like, another thing too is that it's blinded them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They empty on the inside.
Exactly.
Because I forgot I listened to this one rapper. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, he got all these racks and shit. You know what I'm saying? But there's still something missing.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing.
It's because that shit don't mean nothing. Materialistic things that can only satisfy you for a moment.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But through the spirit, you know what I'm saying? This word, this like the scripture says, it's like rivers of living water. Exactly. It's constantly flowing, constantly feeding us. Where we continuously satisfied with this word.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Here it is. I'm broke in the bitch, but I'm satisfied because I got this truth. I understand why I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? And I understand where the society is headed, so I'm not worried about the shit that the average Jake is worried about out here. Because we understand, as men of the Lord, that the society is circling the drain. You know what I mean? But the niggas out here that's in the world, you know what I'm saying? They too caught up in, you know what I'm saying, in the carnalness.
Exactly. They're oblivious. And that's the spirit that you mentioned, the military dudes earlier. Because when I was out there working in Sierra, that's where I was located. I was around, as a military town, Fort Haruk or whatever. They don't even know what's going on. I was telling them, what do you guys think about, you know, what's getting ready to happen between, you know, Russia and America? They're like, we don't know anything, bro. Like, the only thing we know is if we get sent out there, it's gonna be a car and that's it. We don't know, they don't know the gist of nothing. Yeah. We know more what's getting ready to happen than what they do. They just out there trying to, you know, they don't even know what they're doing with their lives. They just out there just to do it.
And that's why the scripture calls the gross darkness to people. And I bet you there was Jake too.
It was all Jake.
See, gross darkness to people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. Your life at risk fucking with Esau. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know what's going on. You probably don't even care until it's happening right before your eyes.
Yeah, you're not ready for it, man.
Yeah, you niggas definitely not ready for it. You know what I mean? Because I bet you they was all effeminate. You know what I mean? Niggas wasn't hard like how they think they is.
Nah. They nice.
Yeah, it's sweet.
They nice. I was even asking about like how's your, because before I even went out there, you know, me and bro was on the gym heavy. I was asking him how's you guys, you know, gym routine, how's you guys' workout routine. You know, I heard it's, you know, grievous and this, you know, rigorous and this and that and the third. They're like, honestly, bro, you can join right now and you can do it. I was like, man, y'all gonna lose, bro. Russia and them, they be training in the damn snow going ham, bro.
They be taking cold ass baths. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be doing that, bro. I'm telling you, bro, the American military is weak. Man, you got mighty men in there, but for the most part, it's weak. You know what I'm saying? I even seen an article going back probably like a month or so ago, probably 2 months or some change, going into how it's hard for them to start recruiting, you know what I'm saying, new recruits for the military. Because the average motherfucker can't even do 10 pull-ups, can't even do 30 push-ups. You know what I mean? It just shows you that this is a weak-ass society, bro. You know what I'm saying? And for Americans to have this type of pride, this pride that they got, like how they go fuck anybody up, I mean, you know, you blinded. You know, because prophecy says otherwise. Once the Lord really start to put that old Soviet spirit, you know what I'm saying, they Gog and Magog, and they really do their thing, I mean, it's going to be up, and it's going to be stuck there.
I want to get this, though. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
In tribulation, when you go into tribulation, it goes into hardships and hard times. And we entering into the beginning of that. You know, we just mentioned about the 15-minute cities, you know, and how this all ties in with the Quran.
And the thing is, it's crazy how it's not even just us just speaking out our ass. We got this shit from your own elites, your own people, you know, your own rulers coming out of their mouths. We're not just conspiracy theorists. We are conspiracy, you know, it is a conspiracy happening, but it's not a theory, it's happening. You know, and the conspiracy is against who? The Israelites. All this is about trying to see hit the Israelites. But they can't pinpoint who the Israelites are, so they're gonna they said, you know, Esau Edom's gonna, you know, say, fuck it, I'm gonna get everybody in this bitch. You know?
Which is, they know who Jake is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of Israelite foreigners too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got Jake that look like Esau, and they may be looking at him like a white boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't even know that's Jake though.
And then you got a Jake that looks like a Jake the whole time, you know, he a heathen. You know, that's why it's a thing that the Lord did. The Lord played it out perfectly. That's why it says the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So it don't matter what you look like; it's about what your spirit and how it resonates with this word. Yeah. That's all this is. This is the scriptures talk about how this is a discerner of thoughts and the intents of men. This is what's going to determine if you're an Israelite or not, man. Because we don't have the records. You don't have the records. Jake with that 501, no, not the 5, that EGD1 bloodline or whatever.
Yeah, you talking about all the damn the ancestry.com.
There you go,
shit,
them dudes, man. You can't even figure that shit out, bro. That's just fake.
Yeah, another thing too. What the fuck was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Slide.
It's all good.
Go ahead,
we can go back into it. And the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And this is the end. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And the reason I'm bringing this out is to show you this is the end of the time stamp. This is when the Lord's already on his way back with his army, with Michael the Archangel getting ready to fight Esau, Edom. But before this happens, what's going to go on? Let's get this, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, and from one end of the heaven to the other.
Oh, and that's what I was gonna say, Salaki. That's spiritual about that. But how we was getting into, how you're gonna have Israelite foreigners, that look like the other nations, we had the other nations that look like us. That's why the Lord said, when the reapers come, which is talking about the angels, they gonna separate the wheats from the tares.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? The wheats and the tares are going into the jakes that look like the other nations, and the other nations that look like Jake. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that you thinking is black, and they hardcore going for Trump and shit. Them is Edomites, bro. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that's wearing the regular jeans and acting just like Edomites. I'm talking about, you don't see Jake and whatsoever niggas acting like a damn white boy. That's an Edomite. That's a chocolate covered white boy. You know what I mean? But of course, it's gonna take a spiritual eye to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga gonna look at his appearance and just be like, he black, what you talking about? You know you don't got black boys that act like they white. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? You can tell off the top if it's a Jake or not. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit.
Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And that's the Lord, exactly how the brother, said it. Through the four winds, how's he gonna do it? He's gonna sift the elect. Verse 32, or he's going to sift the wheat and the tares. Not the elect. The elect is going to be all gathered. But verse 32, now learn a parable of the fig tree. So this is, before all that happens, I'm going to tell you, a parable real quick. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that the summer is not. Okay? Verse 33, so likewise, yea, when ye shall see all these things, because when you read the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, before we even got to those verses, there was laid out a certain amount of things that were going to happen here in Babylon the Great, right? The rumors of wars. One nation against a nation. One nation against another. The false prophets. You can read.
Even just look at the state of the society today. The Lord said that wickedness will exceedingly pollute the earth. When you know what I'm saying? Just take a look around, bro. Get on social media. This shit is through, and you can't even exaggerate it. That's just what it is. This shit is completely through. From the music to the food, from the way the people live and how they conduct themselves, bro. From just every goddamn thing, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just watching this TikTok on how Eve was touching up on that one bitch called Sexy Red. You know what I'm talking about?
I hate that.
About my booty hole brand. Like that shit is through.
That shit is goofy.
You know what I'm saying? You got a daughter of Zion, which is that bitch is a heathen. just look at her, that bitch is a heathen.
She a Jake, but she a heathen.
Yeah, she acting like a damn heathen, like a beast. You know what I mean? Like when you read in the Acts the 10th chapter, them unclean spirits that Peter saw. You know what I'm saying? That shit talking about Jake, and she would be considered one of them unclean spirits.
That's why when that vision was brought forth, they wasn't talking about food. That's why it was like, man, what? Like I'm supposed to go to these people?
That's why Peter said that. Now Peter was like.
Was it Peter?
Peter didn't even understand it at first.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah, Peter didn't even understand it at first. He was like, why am I seeing these unclean, you know what I'm saying, animals? Like, I ain't never even ate nothing unclean before. You know what I'm saying? He didn't quite understand it. That's why he asked him 3 times, which means, nah, that's 7. It means like understanding or something like that. And when you read on down to the 27th verse, that's when Peter started to understand what he was talking about. Because Cornelius came unto him, and that's when Peter understood. Like, this is what I saw. Because Cornelius, not Cornelius, but Peter. He probably saw Cornelius. He had a shaved head,
clean shave.
You know what I mean, in a Roman army and shit. You know what I'm saying? He probably had other jakes around him with a fucking mohawk. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. Probably even with tats. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling. Lord knows what. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jake is today. You got Jake that comes from all different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the sexy red bitch doing nasty shit.
And Cornelius was probably light skinned. Real light. And that's why he was like, damn. And then that's why it's a big. That's how it's a big thing in Israel. Cornelius is an Edomite, but the whole time the Lord dealt with them. the scriptures say that the Lord has not dealt with any nation
Yeah.
but Israel.
Psalms 149 and also I think verse 19 it talks about well, the Lord only known Israel. If you paraphrase or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Only you have I known of all the nations.
Yeah.
Showing you that, hey, no matter, if you can receive this word, that means you're an Israelite, man. Because, and that's what that means. When you go into, the scriptures, when Peter seen that was talking about us, talking to these nations, looking at Jake, like, damn, you look, like you got a sexy red walking around the whole time she an Israelite, with daughter of Zion looking like a damn Hamite.
Yeah, just fucking out of there, boy.
Out of there.
You know what I'm saying? You got, Jake popping perks. You know what I mean? Doing all types of drugs, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Jake in the industry is fucked off. You know what I'm saying? Just look at these different rappers. I guess this one little nigga named King that this dude, this rapper named Finesse 2 times had brought up, and I'm gonna do a lesson on this little ass too. You know what I'm saying? But it just shows you, you know what I'm saying, on how through our people is, because this little nigga, he going around trying to sock grown ass men and shit. He cussing around them, not showing no respect whatsoever, shooting dice and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sagging, a little nigga rapping and shit, talking about, fucking on hoes, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Just through as fuck. We through as a nation. This is what the Lord said, the whole head is sick. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will literally have to, you know what I'm saying, wipe Jake nose, as Jake like to say, wipe his nose. Yeah. The Lord gonna have to just, nigga, burn Jake, bro. Because Jake is just sick.
Was that one preacher that goes, it's kind of the effect of how is the whole, how is the daughter that was, delicate, and when delicate and smooth, turned,
This sound like this in Deuteronomy. Because in Deuteronomy, when you read in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, matter of fact, I got it right here. Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 to 58, or slightly 56. And it say the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. You know what I'm saying? Because this was how, you know what I'm saying, royal we was as a people back then. You know what I'm saying? We had our women being carried by servants, you know what I mean? Like on a little canopy type shit.
Like you're not supposed to be, walking for that long.
Like get your clean ass in that canopy. You better not be on the ground like that, you know what I'm saying? Until you get in the house.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Then, even when you stepping in the house, we're going to have people carrying you and putting you in the house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now you look at our women, the feet nasty, toenails looking nasty, no motherfucker. They walking around
with big red.
Man, walking around with flip-flops on. The heel crusty and the motherfucker got calluses on their shit. You know what I'm saying? Just out of there, bro. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Look at the state of our women today, bro. Just nasty, bro. Just screwed. Don't even get me started on a Judite woman, because she the worst.
Let it go.
And they say, I'm gonna let you know from this matter of fact, and they say, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. You know what I mean? And you gonna blame that on Esau, because this goes back to the 70s or something, maybe the 60s, when they set of feminism. You know what I'm saying? And they gave the women different government benefits. You know what I'm saying? If they kicked the man out the house, this is why the independent woman shit came from. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point in time, and that's order. A man is supposed to be the one providing. A woman is supposed to have her ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? Catering and babying the children and shit. You know what I'm saying? But since Esau said feminism, you know what I'm saying, equal rights, you know what I mean? You got equal opportunities. You know what I'm saying? The women out here working at warehouses. I mean, not all of them, but you got a few that's working at warehouses and shit, because y'all ain't fit for that. You know what I mean? You got women that's trying to do construction and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That shit on the track.
Yeah, you see that shit hell in the movies. You got, like military movies, there'll be like a woman general coming up to the guy.
Yeah, that shit out there, bro.
I hate that shit.
And then another thing too, bro. You got women that's on steroids and shit, lifting weights. Nigga, you bigger than what I am.
That shit look goofy.
Like, come on, bro.
Ain't no way a man is attracted to that shit, bro. There's no way.
If you is, then you just weird.
Yeah, you weird, bro. There's no way,
bro.
You into muscular muscles.
You might as well fuck with a dude.
Real shit. Ain't no way you into muscular muscles, man. That shit ugly as fuck.
Yeah, you might as well be a sound like fucking with something like that. Man. Because I like my women soft.
Yeah.
Soft, effeminate. Yeah. Somebody call me. Is it still going?
Shit. Yeah, my little brother. Yeah, it's still going though.
Alright, they call like you about
to Damn.
Because I thought this was gonna end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you supposed to, you know what I'm saying, love your woman to be soft and feminine. You know what I mean? Back in the ancient world, bet your ass our women were hard, nigga. They had some mental fortitude, of course.
Facts.
Because like, even when you read the book of Maccabees, she saw her sons being killed, and she was the most joyous out of all of them.
On the book of Proverbs, when he told his son, you gotta be careful with these leaders, how he's breaking it down about how these women are, kind of show them that you need to be careful.
Even when you're reading the history of Susanna and you're reading the book of what is it, Judith. You know what I mean? Judith, if I'm not mistaken, she was the one being falsely accused.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she was bad, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about,
You talking about the two elders that played the trick on her?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She probably had some curves on her, which you probably ain't see it because our women dress modestly. You know what I'm saying? The only thing she'll be able to see is their eyes. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they saw her. You know what I'm saying? They saw that she was beautiful and they wanted to pop her.
Yeah, they plotted on her.
You know, and basically what they did, like you said, they made a plot on her and basically was like, hey, we're gonna bear false witness against your ass if you don't let us hit you.
Exactly. And she still said nah. And she was ready to die for it.
Yeah.
And what happened when she was getting ready to get crucified?
Daniel came.
Because she prayed to the Lord. And what happened? He revealed it unto Daniel what's going on for real. And he's all like, hey, like then I think they did like some lie or whatever, some shit. And they kind of revealed it unto him. And then the two others got put to death.
I'm surprised. I still remember that. It's been a minute since I read that.
Yeah, God. That's just heavy. That precept's heavy. But showing you, and then definitely the book of Maccabees. You know, showing the wife was in that mindset like, man, we gonna die for the Lord, and that's that. You know,
she was motivating her sons.
Yeah, she's like, nah, don't take that shit. Like, you good. I remember, I think even said like she was smiling or whatever, like kind of like taking her out. Or whatever.
Yeah, like nah, you better not eat that damn pork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how like the Southern King woman's like, nah, baby, don't eat that pork.
Yeah.
You know,
You better not eat that damn pork.
You better not eat that pork.
You better not eat that damn pork.
You how about you that shit gonna kill you?
Yeah. But let's go back into this real quick. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When the branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, they know that the summer is nigh. So likewise, yea, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. When we see what? The prophecies, man. The charisma. The new world order getting ready to set up and be made, really be manifested before our eyes. These uproars. They're getting ready to uproar over Trump. And that's here in Babylon the Great. And these uproars been happening all across the earth. But now it's really getting ready to start touching here in America. And that's what we're really waiting for, because we understand that. It says once you see the uproars all across the globe, then shall you know that the end is manifest, or the end is here. Then you got what, the 15-minute cities, everything's laid out now, man. You got women talking about, lockdowns and blackouts and Red Dawn this and, exposing Esau Edom, with his laser beams.
Yeah, mentioning Red Dawn, that's something heavy, because that's a prophecy that's going to come to pass too. That's basically going into the UN troops.
Yep, UN troops.
Yeah, that's getting into that the defenders. When you go into defenders, it basically means troops, foreigners. So they what I'm saying? Esau put this shit in plain sight.
Yeah, did it to the Mountain Dew.
Yes, I'm talking about. The truth hidden in plain sight, because it's hidden, but it ain't hidden. It's right there in front of you. But I mean, a nigga just don't pay attention, bro.
Left hand side, witchcraft.
Yeah, because before they do anything, they gonna tell you what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the 9/11 shit. You know what I'm saying? They said they was gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do with the little cards, the Illuminati
Oh,
cards.
you're right,
and shit.
Illuminati. I was waiting before that shit even happened too. You're right. That's the spirit.
Yeah, they said they was gonna do a lot of this shit, even with the whole little flu shit. You know what I mean? That you know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was all, you know what I'm saying, all planned. All this shit was planned, bro.
Yeah. And when you think about it, the Lord planned that shit out before even Esau even did all that. The Lord did that. Jay likes to give so much, credit to Esau Edom and how he plotted this and look, they're predicting this and they doing it. The Lord is doing all this. He's the one moving the puzzle pieces. Esau Edom just has these left-hand side demons that the Lord provides them to give them the intel on what they should do. And the whole time it's the Lord playing both sides, because he has angels on the left hand and he has angels on the right hand.
Yeah, because just like how the righteous before they do anything, they seek counsel. You know what I'm saying? From Yahawashi, what you think the wicked do? They seek counsel from the left hand side before they make their moves. You know what I'm saying? It both go hand in hand. Just like the pharaohs. What was they doing? They was fucking around with the left hand side heavy.
They had all them damn, they had what's called Ra, all them guys, they had all them guys. Yeah, Onan, the
are you talking about the Ankh? Yeah, and what that basically symbolizes is a woman's uterus. You know what I mean? Because Hamites, they was into worshiping women and shit like that, bro. You know what I mean? And even today, you know what I'm saying? It's a few.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I don't know where to go.
You're good.
It's
Oh, that's not right. Okay.
It's a few clips that I've saw.
Appreciate it though.
Where you got these different Hamitic tribes, you know what I'm saying? They'll basically idolize the women and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's this. I think they Kushites. What they basically do is once every year they'll put on makeup and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be screaming and shit, and basically let the women pick them. You know what I mean? And before the women picks them, they have to sleep with one of the aunties, so to speak. And this bitch is just racking up bodies and shit. These is all customs from the Hamites, bro. You know what I mean? Hammer's just out of there. Hammer's some nasty motherfuckers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just weird. Like it's this one tribe. You know what I'm saying? They basically, you know what I'm saying? The women like when the men got a big ass gut. So what the men do all year long is they eat a bunch of food and shit until they get a big ass stomach, and then they let the women choose who they want. Just a bunch of weirdos, bro.
The fuck?
Yeah.
That's some heathenistic ass shit.
Yeah, bro. Hammer's just foul, bro.
Then he was a modern day pharaoh. You saw Edom.
Yeah, but Ham was heavy into the
Yeah.
left hand side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ham was the first sodomite.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ham, what did he do? He looked at Noah's nakedness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
True.
They was astral projecting and
Actually,
shit.
yeah, there was in all that. And that's why when you go into, Aleister Crowley, the founder of the Illuminati or whatever, he had a pharaoh garment on, showing you that his studies came from Ham. But nonetheless, that was out of the spirit. That's why you have all these elites, Hollywood, they worship Aleister Crowley.
Man, bro, why you think Esau is so damn obsessed with Egypt?
Yeah, with Egypt.
Always over there fucking with the tombs. Over there, you know what I'm saying, digging this shit because, it's something deeper than that.
Yeah.
They're not just over there looking at mummies and shit.
Yeah. And I mentioned this, a couple camps back. The movie Eyes Wide Shut, when they're in that the Rothschilds, that movie was shot in a Rothschild's mansion. When they were showing that that party, the parties that your favorite celebrities go to, they're playing Egyptian music in the background. And they had the checkered floors, they had gay on, they had dudes on dudes, dancing and shit.
Which is all Mason.
Yeah, women and women. Weird ass shit going on. It was all the dude was, he was like, what the fuck? He got into the wrong party. Tell me what happened to Cat Williams. He's like,
I was about to say, you talking about with the Jake?
Nah,
It's another movie, bro. It's another movie where dude was basically doing, he was doing not telecommunication. He was doing something where he was basically selling shit, like how Osh used to do.
Yeah.
He was doing it like that, but he was getting better in it. You know what I'm saying? And basically for him to move up, he had like kind of sell out type shit. And he basically went to this mansion, this mansion party, and there was a bunch of weird ass shit going on. Like they was having orgies and shit. There was a bunch of butt naked Edomites walking around with women, and they was basically swapping women doing orgies and shit. You know what I mean? In there doing coke, all that shit. In order for him to basically move up higher and higher, he had to indulge in it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And he even seen how they was splicing DNA type shit with like horses and humans, bro.
Damn.
Like, I'll try to find it, bro.
That shit sounds 90s hell, yeah. Because the scriptures talk about how his tongue shall fall upon himself. That's Esau Edom, technically Esau Edom, exposing himself. And we as a prophet, we have the scriptures. We have the knowledge, what goes on, behind closed doors. And we understand that Esau Edom does this through rituals, calling upon these other gods. And that's the only way you're able to make it, big in this society. I'm talking about, status, sacrifice, losing your manhood, or all types of shit, man. All types of shit.
Once again, what does this go back to? Taking their Quran.
Oh yeah.
You gonna have to sell out. You know what I mean? You see, you gonna have a plan A or plan B. You know what I'm saying? You either go, hey, stand firm in this truth, or you gonna go sell out. But plan B ain't the way to go. You're not gonna like that. You're gonna have instant regret.
And believe that those that already received their constellation, your NFL stars, MLB stars, NBA stars, your boxing stars, your Coliseum stars, all of them, they're gonna be the main ones to push this Quran because they already sold out. They're not gonna be able to handle the debt that they're gonna be put upon if they don't take that. They're gonna take that Quran. They got houses of millions of dollars and shit.
They bellies is full,
Yeah,
bro.
bellies is full.
They bellies is full, and you know what I'm saying. They're not gonna be used to living in poverty again.
Hell no, they're not even gonna want that.
Yeah, this is the movie right here. Salaki, we'll get back on topic.
No, you good. Yeah, I kind
But
of
this
want to
the-
see for the Akim too, man.
But this the movie right here. It's called Sorry to Bother You.
To show the Akim, man.
I know it's a lot of Jake that saw this because I remember going back a few years ago. Jake was mentioning it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's called Sorry to Bother You, and it basically shows you how he was having to sell out. You see.
I'm gonna need to watch that, motherfucker.
Yeah, bro.
Probably do a lesson on that.
Yeah, it was showing you how he was having to sell out in a sense, and how they was like having like horse spliced with man type shit, like a damn minotaur, bro.
Woo. Hey, these beasts are gonna be, showing out here during Jacob's trouble, man.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, this shit wild, bro.
That's just crazy. Yeah, Esau even that mad scientist. Hey, he's wiser than Daniel. The reason he's wiser than Daniel, because his ass is able, Daniel was in that bitch. I'm not down to do this and the third. That shit kind of crazy. Esau even go footballs deep into like some weird ass shit.
Oh, man, bro said footballs deep.
He about to say some weird shit.
Balls deep in that hole. Goddamn.
It's just some weird shit. Esau even go all the way, bro. I didn't go hold you.
Yeah, he'll take it there.
He'll take it all the way. Remember that one, the Salo, that movie?
Oh, yeah,
talking about
bro.
the Rothschilds, they was going.
That shit was something else,
Oh,
bro.
they go.
I couldn't even watch it, bro.
Yeah, all the way in wickedness. I'm telling you, bro, all the way in wickedness.
They was eating shit.
With burgers with nails and shit in it and all types of, bro. That was crazy. And the whole time it's just, satisfy their gods. Remember the Edomites, what they doing in fucking Dubai and shit?
They was popping each other. I'm talking about nasty ass,
Yeah,
retarded looking ass.
retarded ass motherfucker.
Like he just came out the cave, bro.
Hey, the bases of men. I set up the bases of men and rule this shit. Cause that building is actually, that was the old building that we actually had. In the old times, during the time of the Byzantine Empire, all them, the Britain castles and shit like that. That's Jake. That's us. We made those. Well, we didn't make them, but we had people building for us when we were in rulership. That's king. And what you had is the Most High set up the bases of men, and they were what? Inhabiting all our spots, man. Doing all that crazy shit in our palaces, bro. That shit's wild, huh? That shit,
bro. Something else too. I think the scripture even talk about it. Esau, he take everything that we had and shit. Everything
exactly,
that we got.
Yeah.
Bro, even with the corpses, he probably digging up old prophets and shit if he can. Old prophets drinking shit, blood out their skulls. Ain't no telling,
hey,
bro.
Man, Esau eat him gold. That's what I'm talking about. He goes all the way. He does crazy shit. That's why he's so able to, talk to these high level demons and entities, bro. Because he's able to, if he wants to sacrifice a baby, he gonna do it. He's easy to do it. He's gonna go to sleep at night chilling. Wake up with a full set. Wake up with a full, 8-hour rest.
Man, yeah, bro. Yeah, because the scripture talks about how, he sleep. He don't go to sleep until he do what, mischief?
Yup, into mischief.
So something along them lines.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? These Edomites, they don't give a damn.
Hey, the scriptures also say what? Because he has not hated blood shall pursue it. He's all into them sacrifices, man.
Yeah, bro, bloodthirsty.
Yeah, bloodthirsty.
You know what I mean? Even out here, bro, you may think in these big cities, Jake out there smoking each other the whole time. Esau hiring hitmen to do drive-bys on Jake and shit. Just to have them blaming on each other and fighting against each other.
Hey, the accuser of thy brethren. The accuser of our brethren. That's what that means. Esau Edom is accusing us of shit that he perpetuates.
Yeah, because Jake ain't out there hitting shit like that.
Hey, the music industry, that one dude that got caught left-handed, he's all like, hey, if you don't like lean and this and the third, why do all your artists speak about lean? Because he's the what? That's the accuser of our brethren.
The Amalekite.
Yeah, the Amalekite. The Amalekite. Because he's the what? The accuser of our brethren. He's setting up, he's perpetuating our people to go off just so he can accuse us to the Lord and say, look at your people. Look at them. Big red.
Sexy red.
Sexy red.
That bitch far from sexy.
Through red.
Nigga through red. That's that.
That bitch
She
maroon. Through red.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that bitch is through, bro. She far from sexy. I want to grab this real quick. This is the book of Sirach 37, in verse. I'm gonna start at. Damn, it's a lot of good stuff on there. I'm gonna start at verse 30. Verse 7. It says, "Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself. Beware of a counselor, and know before what need he have. For he will counsel for himself, lest he cast a lot upon thee." You know what I'm saying? And what this man is gonna try to do is he gonna try to sweet talk you. You know what I'm saying? Into taking that, you know what? You know what I'm saying? He gonna give you counsel, like, it's not that bad. It's not what they make it seem, because even at the hospital, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking questions, you know what I mean? Even though I know what it is, but I'm still gonna ask questions because I don't want you to play me like I'm stupid, you know what I mean? But I'm like, so, what about the epiderm and all this different shit, you know what I'm saying? And she had a nerve to tell me, like, don't listen to, what you've heard, you know what I'm saying? This is misinformation. It's not misinformation, bitch. You know what I mean? But the thing is, bro, you've taken that, what is it, that oath? You know what I'm saying? Now that oath, bro, what's that?
Oh, you're right. The doctor oath and on top of the medical oath.
Yeah, that oath where you basically got a lot of our people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot, you know what I'm saying, because you've taken that oath, you know what I'm saying, and now your ass really spreading misinformation because you know damn well that shit is wrong, bro.
Well, look what happened with the perfect example of the javelin, right? The jab. What were the doctors saying? Don't worry about it, it's good. If you don't take it, you're gonna get your family sick. And then you had those that were, lost their job because they were like, man, fuck Son, they gonna lie. They came out and said that you don't take this shit's bad for you. We don't know what the fuck is in here. But you had what? The same girl that's telling you, no, don't worry about it. Don't listen to these fake, these fake conspiracy theories. The whole time we was right. Whole time that them whistleblowers, they were right. We were right. But the whole time they was what? Trying to sweet shit up because they took that oath. I forgot. I don't know what we're talking about. It's that medical. When you go to the
hypocritical oath.
There you go. That's what it's called. The hypocritical oath. There you go. That's exactly. And you have to go. You have to travel somewhere, and they take you.
I remember what you told me. Bro. That's exactly what I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah, my brother's lady. She was kind of talking about it, and she said it was it felt like a weird ritual when they had to take that oath. They said it almost felt like church, showing you that when they signed that thing, that's them making that covenant.
Yeah, bro. Because another thing too, y'all responsible for a lot of people's death, bro.
Bro, they have blood on their hands.
Like the elder Daniela from the LA camp. You know what I'm saying? That was out of camp, and he was talking about how you know what I'm saying. You doctors, you thinking that you innocent, but you prescribing people. You know what I'm saying, drugs and shit that's killing them. Exactly. You know what I'm saying, a lot of these people that's overdosing on oxys and, you know what I'm saying, perks and shit, where are they getting that from?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, if they getting it from the street, okay, where's the people that's getting it, you know what I'm saying, that's selling the people to the shit on the street, where they getting it from? They getting it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying, so it's a lot of blood on y'all hands, bro. You know what I'm saying, and basically, y'all left-hand people. Y'all on the left-hand side, y'all working for the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? He y'all big homie.
Yep. Because best believe when that Quran was set in stone, not only are these elites going to be the first ones supporting it, you doctors, you medical field heads, y'all going to be so in love with Esau Edom's little false, science falsely so-called, that you guys going to be, y'all better take this because this is healthy, this is going to be able to do this, that.
Oh, like they was talking about, they was talking about this shit a little while back on how if they hit you with the little, the Quran, you'll be able to detect if you have the CV-19.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
That's bullshit, bro.
Fake.
I want to finish this too.
You got it.
And it says, consult not with the one that suspected thee, and the one that suspected us, like the brothers getting into, the accuser of our brethren is talking about the so-called white man. And you can apply this, you know what I'm saying, the average day person.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But this is primarily Esau Edom. He that main one that's consulted us. And it say, and hide thy counsel from such as envy. So in other words, you're supposed to stay away from this man. Don't be listening to the shit that he got to say. You know what I mean? You're supposed to take that shit with a grain of salt because the scripture tells you in Sirach, the 12th chapter, and the 10th verse, to never trust thine enemy. You know what I mean? He gonna come out and he gonna, the scripture say, though he humble himself, watch for him, he gonna sit here and he gonna, talk real smooth to you. He gonna make it seem like he's all there for you, all for your health. They do this shit in the hospital all the time, and guess what? Motherfuckers end up dead all the time due to it. You know what I'm saying? Overdosing you and shit, overdosing you with anesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck around, not even wake up. You know what I mean? All types of shit, bro. Even with the circumcision, bro. With the circumcisions, I'm not circumcision, like it. With the C-sections. With the C-sections, it's a lot of babies that come out with cuts on their face and shit from the blade, bro. Like my brother-in-law, he was talking about how when his daughter got delivered from a C-section, they was cutting the mom open and it scraped the baby shit, bro. But they say that it's all good and safe. You know what I mean? Okay.
I got you. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, meaning stay with the Lord, man. Stay to what the Lord has taught you about never trusting, the enemy. Even though he comes with the smooth words, right? Avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so-called. There you go. And they took that hypocritical oath, meaning they know their science is fake, but they gotta what? They gotta just tell you that don't listen to them.
Hey, and they may not even know that it's fake. They may just believe in this shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They drunken on that serpent juice.
That wine.
You know what I mean? But that still don't take away from the simple fact that they got blood on their hands.
Exactly.
Most of them do. You know what I'm saying? If they pay them a sweet little, cool little pretty penny, they're off your ass on a heartbeat, just like how they was putting people on the ventilators. They was doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my retarded ass homeboy, this nigga out there, nigga, ventilator kept me alive. Bitch ass nigga, if they wanted to, bro, they could have had it where insufficient oxygen was going to your lungs. It could have smoked your ass right there with your stupid ass, boy. I can't stand Jake ass, man.
Trusting in me. You know, that's why they had made king. They had made Caesar their king.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. That's exactly what Jake has done, bro. Jake got Esau water in their mouth. They do.
God.
You can't tell a nigga shit about the so-called white man. Just like how I remember we was going into the elites one time to Victor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this nigga had a nerve. What if there's black niggas though in there? Now you stupid ass nigga.
Because there ain't. Look at the one economic forum.
You think Esau look at us dog? Look at us as dog?
No, he said. What about Barack Obama?
Oh, he said that too, but that nigga a Hamite.
Exactly.
And that nigga, bro, this nigga done passed laws somewhere, fucking sodomites to get married. You know what I'm saying? He the reason why motherfuckers is really coming out the closet. he made it comfortable for him. What the fuck is you talking about? He made it comfortable for him to come out like, oh, okay, it's all accepted now. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Jake and fucking Barack Obama, bro.
Jake and Barack.
Just because this nigga, they see this nigga and this hoe shooting a hoop, and he make that hoe. That's my president. Head ass nigga. Boy, you niggas are silly.
The whole time, bro, did the worst.
Man, you know what the fuck he be doing. You know what I'm saying? I seen a clip where it said bro be smoking crack. It said bro be smoking crack and shit. It said bro be smoking crack and shit.
Man.
You got something finna
Yeah,
eat?
let me get this real quick. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33. Even though this is talking about the watchmen, nonetheless, we're all going to be justified by our saints. You know, in everything we say. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 6. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, right? They take that hypocritical oath. You know, a lot of them, they do know about it. Even though this going into the watchmen, you know, I'm going to tie into, you know, them. Because the scriptures talk about, you want to get that in the book of Matthew, just so Jake is like, that's talking about the watchmen now. You know, you go into every idle word. By every idle word. You know, that's talking about the watch. What's it called? They know what's going, you know, they know what's going on. They know it's not safe. They know it brings, you know, death. And they still what? They still telling you that it's all good. What's going to happen to them?
Yeah. You want to bring this up real quick?
Yeah, let me just finish it real quick. And the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. There you go. And then you can bring that out about yourself.
This is Matthew 12 and 36. And say, but I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
There you go. You know, because not only is the watchman's lot a lot heavier than just the regular, you know, person, you know, telling you about, you know, the C-19 helper and all that. The reason, you know, it's really, you know, pertaining to the watchman is because as a prophet, you're either gonna get 3 stripes more than, you know, you first, you know, heard this truth, or you just, you know, or you're gonna make it all the way to the end. You know, it's a heavier lot once this truth has been revealed unto you. But nonetheless, by every idle word, we're gonna be, you know, justified and condemned. You know, and these people that took that hypocritical oath, the scriptures talk about how the hypocrites, you know, can't make it into the kingdom of heaven. And what does that mean? That means you're either going to get, you know, destined for a nuke or judgment during Jacob's trouble. Nonetheless, it just goes back to death. You're not going to make it. You know?
Yeah, bro. You know, one of those patients who working on this shit, you know what I'm saying, might fuck around and just turn into a zombie or something, and you stuck in that room. And you have no room from his ass, and that room just in circles.
Real shit.
And you get tired of bro, you start munching on your ass.
Time like never before.
Yeah, bro, you know, ain't no telling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing out scenarios. But you know, this shit ain't far-fetched though, because we understand the capability Esau got on the left-hand side, bro. Exactly. Esau can do some shit. Esau can have a word. He send a frequency out, and it do something to a part of your brain. So when you get real hungry, and shit, you start craving human flesh. This shit actually came out a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, where he can basically fuck with your head and make you crave human flesh and shit, bro.
It's on you, man, that we got to get out of here. We got to get it. And Jay, you can't move out of Babylon the Great. You know, you're not gonna go to Mexico, Salvador. You're not gonna go and try to run away from this shit. There's no running away from this shit. You're not gonna go to fucking Brazil and this and the third. You're not going. There's no running away from this shit, man. The only way you're gonna be able to get saved is if you're part of the elect and you get, you know, you see a cherry go right above you, right before the shit, right before the loop touches the ground. You know, there's no running away. You gotta come out of Babylon spiritually. You know, when it says come out of her, my people. In the book of Revelations. That's not talking about you dipping off to your homeland. If you're not from, if you're in the northern kingdom, or you're dipping off to a different part of the world that's not Babylon the Great. Coming out of her, my people, is you coming out of her spiritually, because that's the only way that the Lord's going to be able to see you fit to make it to a chariot. If you have that white robe on you, you're clean. You got your bloods off your hand. That's the only way. And really, as if you're the elect. That's why when you read back in Matthew 24 chapter, what did they say? He's going to gather his elect to the four corners of the earth. Only the elect are going to make it. This is about the elect. This ain't about.
That's what God boiled down to at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else matters. If you're not part of the elect, which is a scary thing, there's some shit that's on my mind on the daily, on a regular. If you're not part of the elect, then just consider yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're just a dead man walking. You know what I mean? You're just waiting for some shit to happen, basically. You know what I mean? And this is why it's important to take this ministry serious, speaking to myself first and foremost.
Exactly.
You know, because when it's all said and done, bro, and you actually got this these prophecies coming to pass, you're gonna wish that you was doing the right thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying, has regrets at the last minute. And you don't want to have that. But you got something that you want to bring out real quick.
Yeah, you want to get I think it's in the book of Colossians, going to putting there for on the elect at the Most High. Because you got Jake all about the law.
Gotcha. Colossians 3 and 12 it says, put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness, and mind, meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, so also do ye.
There you go. Because Paul told us that we're going to be prisoners of hope. And the scriptures talk about in the book of Romans how hope that is seen is not hope. And what we got to put on as the elect. That's why you have the the elder. They open up Tahar, the apostle Tahar. He opens up his lesson saying to the hopeful members of the 144,000. Because that's the only people that are gonna make it. The 144,000 with the elect. Which the elect consists of all. Everybody that's gonna be saved. The 144,000 are just gonna be the governing bodies of prophets, man. But nonetheless, you got to put on there for as the elect. And when you go into that, it talks about what? There's certain attributes that you need to have in order to even be considered the elect. Doesn't matter how many t-shirt fringes you have in your closet. Doesn't matter how many, how many times, you haven't ate pork in the past 15 years.
Don't matter how many times you do a lesson.
Exactly, It's all about, it comes down to election. And those that have this doctrine that started from, the apostles and the others that great millstone, it's most likely, that's going to boil down to them, because the scriptures talk about how, if we teach the wrong thing, we're going to be judged for it. But if we teach the right things, that's why it says what? Making sure that, your doctrine is sound, abiding therefore day by day.
Yep.
That's why, brothers study, have books and have books and notes, filled with, breakdowns and all types of just, precepts and understanding of the scriptures, man. But that's pretty much it.
This is the book of Titus 2 and 1. It says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. You know what I mean? The sound doctrine, this is the reason why we can touch upon anything, no matter what the topic is.
Chariots.
But primarily, dealing with prophecy, because when you read Revelation 19, it says the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. This is the main thing, and there's a lot of Israelite camps that's not touching on prophecy. They just going out and just telling Jake to repent. That's prophecy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's not getting into the prophecies, though. You know what I'm saying? Touching on the MOTB. You know what I mean? Touching up on, I'm saying, the shit that's going to come.
Yeah,
because you got to tell Jake what's going to happen so they fear, and then that motivates them to repent. If you just going out there telling Jake who he is, they're not going to take this shit serious.
And think about it like this. When we bring out these prophecies like the sea hit, the UFOs, the World War III, nukes, lockdowns, Second Ezra 15 chapter goes into lockdowns. Cities being closed down, martial law troops, the NATO troops. When we go into these things, and when they make themselves manifest here in Babylon the Great, it's going to solidify our faith. It's going to solidify our truth. It's going to make this thing that much more, they're going to be seeking for us that much more. Because Scripture talk about we should get fame in the land. Right now we're infamous. We're famous, but not in a good sense. We're famous for what? Oh, them racist dudes in the corner that, they be having, white people kiss their boots. How them Sakari cats and the makers look out to me. Because you got to think about like this, when it comes to this, the ministry, there's camps between the camp, man. And it's been like that. It's been like that since since the ancient days. The Church of Corinth, all the different churches. That's different camps. But nonetheless, you had people, like the Zakari, them dudes, HOI. Edomite's head gets slashed across the ground. You feel me? Brains start dripping from our sword, like, bruh. Making us look, making us out to look bad. But nonetheless, we understand it's prophecy because persecution is prophecy as well too. We're just getting the strays of it though. Because if it was up to us, hey, Great Millstone, they have it to the point where it's it's just teaching prophecy and all.
We good.
Damn. But hey, with that, Akim, we're gonna close out. My storage went full. What happens? Nonetheless, we're gonna close out by turning to the east, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power. Yahawashi, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kapadash. Someone to the whole full and I can push in his words out the four corners of the earth. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.
Shalom, ba ba.